12 years after adopting a boy that nobody wanted, woman finally finds out reason why. Anna was a successful woman who knew exactly what she wanted, and her standards were too high for everyone in her circle. As the saying goes, the smarter a woman is, the harder it is for her to find love. Apart from traveling for work, Anna enjoyed traveling with her friends and going on girl trips. She says it greatly helps boost satisfaction and happiness. Since she traveled a lot, Anna became a part of a group of travelers she met at a cafe before going to Argentina. When she was at the cafe, Anna was immediately drawn to a man who was at the back of the group, seemingly drawn into his own world. His name was Patrick. Anna and Patrick really hit it off during their trip to Argentina. They shared a lot of things, including the love of travel and adventure. And the more time they spent together, the more similarities they found, and the stronger their bond became. Life has its weird way of bringing people together. Anna and Patrick were both dazzled when they found out that they actually lived in the same neighborhood. Patrick had just recently quit his job as a firefighter to pursue a career in marketing, even though he really loved his job as a firefighter. After he had a terrible head injury, he knew it was time to resign and move on to something else. Patrick was overjoyed to find his soulmate. Everyone could see that he and Anna made the perfect couple. Their relationship only got stronger as they got to know each other more. They eventually confessed their love to one another, and their bond was as strong as ever. Eventually, Patrick decided to take their relationship to the next step and propose to Anna in the most romantic proposal. They had been dating for 2 years before they decided to tie the knot. Patrick and Anna were deeply in love and had a mature relationship. They were happily married, but as all good things in life, that wasn't to last for long. Marriage felt like a real-life fairy tale for Anna. After they'd been married for a few months, the couple had learned how to approach sensitive matters with one another. Anna and Patrick were in a beautiful and happy bubble. Life was all pink, but the couple soon came to realize that they were missing something in their life. They wanted a child, but Anna was unable to conceive no matter how hard they tried. After months of trying, they decided it was best to go to a doctor to see what was going wrong. After the results came out, it turned out Patrick was unable to produce healthy sperm. The doctor suggested one of 2 solutions. Either Patrick would take fertility medication to improve his sperm quality, which wouldn't have a great effect on his infertility as his lifestyle change didn't help, or they could try either artificial insemination or adoption. The doctor took the anxious couple through the detailed process of harvesting the sperm and egg cells. The choices the couple had were quite difficult that even left Anna in tears. After seeing what each choice entailed, the couple started some adoption counseling. The couple wanted to adopt children to help them in life and give them a fair chance in life they were previously deprived from. Anna had always dreamt of carrying her own children and wasn't sure about adopting. Even though the thought of saving an abandoned child's life was very warm, she still wanted to hold her own baby. But she didn't warm up to the idea of artificial insemination. Anna was torn between one of her life's hardest decisions, but the couple ultimately decided on adoption and decided to proceed further with the process. After the couple decided to adopt, Anna was very nervous about adopting a child, but at the same time she was excited to start the process. The couple went to the orphanage their doctor suggested, not prepared for what they were going to witness. Anna was incredibly excited when they were directed towards the baby section. However, on the way there, a young boy caught the couple's eye. The boy was very quiet and reserved. After the social worker saw the couple's fixation on the young boy, Billy, he introduced him to Patrick and Anna. Billy was 6 years old and had been in the orphanage since he was a baby. The little boy had lost his mother in a car accident and was placed in the orphanage ever since. The orphanage was the only place Billy has ever known. Anna was very touched by Billy's story and couldn't understand how such a beautiful and quiet kid wasn't adopted earlier. The little boy couldn't leave her mind even after they left. Anna refused to believe that Billy hadn't been adopted for all of those years just as a mere coincidence. She was certain that something must have happened with Billy, and none wants to speak about it. Anna's desire for a baby began to waver and she was drawn to Billy. Luckily, Patrick felt the same way. Even though it was very odd that no one had adopted the young boy, the couple decided that they were going to be the ones to do it. When the couple made their decision, they called the orphanage and informed them that they wanted to start the process of adopting Billy. Even though the adoption months are usually some of the most nerve-wracking times for most families, they were some of the best months for the couple. Bringing Billy into their home was the only thing Anna and Patrick were dreaming about. They couldn't wait for the day that they could finally include Billy into their family. After the adoption was complete and Billy finally joined their family, Billy and Anna became an inseparable pair. Billy had seemed to have settled into his new home very well. However, the couple only grew more and more puzzled as to why Billy had never been adopted. Even though the Martins were very skeptical, they still kept Billy close to them as much as they could. Patrick and Anna were very cautious and had bonding times to make sure that their adopted son felt comfortable and safe in his new home. The family lived happily for over 12 years. Billy was just the perfect little boy. He had shown no signs of having any health scares. He was healthy except for some pretty severe allergic reactions that are common nowadays. But things took a serious turn when Billy turned 18. Anna and Patrick would constantly get phone calls at random times of the day. Whenever they picked the phone, the person on the other end would remain silent. That's when Anna and Patrick started worrying about a stalker. A few weeks later, a letter came for Billy while he was away at college. The family waited for him to return before they read what's inside. Despite the content of the letter being quite shocking, the sender of the message was even more shocking. The letter and the calls were all from Billy's biological father. He wanted to meet with his son now that he was an adult. The family was torn in different directions. Anna was a complete emotional wreck, and Billy was in complete shock, still unable to process what the letter said. Anna and Patrick weren't made aware of Billy's father during the adoption process. His name wasn't even mentioned in any of the paperwork. They were so excited about adopting Billy at the time that they didn't even think about asking about his father during the adoption process. Billy was legally Patrick and Anna's child, but even that didn't stop them from being in an absolute panic and worry. They were terrified of losing him, now that his real father was back in the picture. When Patrick and Anna knew who Billy's father was, everything made sense to them. The reason why Billy was not adopted during all of those years was because his father was a notorious mob boss named Patty O'Reilly, who was in prison when Billy was adopted by Anna and Patrick. When they read the letter, the family realized that they only had little time to think things over as there was time-sensitive information in the note. Patty was already out of prison by the time that the family had read the letter. Billy wanted to meet his father, even though he knew that he was a dangerous man who just got out of prison. Anna and Patrick were very skeptical about the whole thing, but they decided that it was the right thing to do. After meeting Patty, it was clear that he just wanted to meet his son after all those years. Patty was introduced into Billy's life and remained in it. The four of them figured a way to all be in each other's lives and are even having lunches together from time to time.